You didn't hit Pagola. Oh,
There
it goes.
I hit it. I hit the button. Hello, my friends. Hello, neighbors.
Guess who's back?
I have an accessory this evening right now. Who knows how long this will last?
We have another accessory here
Right.
out of frame and another one here out of frame.
Yes.
All of our animals. I think the Toto's in here too, actually. Because I feel like something is going to happen to one of us. They are all huddled around us in a protective circle. I'm very concerned.
Is there a tornado watch?
Animals know things, right? And so it feels like they're...
Is there going to be an earthquake?
Forming...
I mean...
Honey.
Lily just got under my desk.
She's a very large dog, and there's not much, but she is there.
You know, there was an earthquake out in Memphis.
It's making me very nervous. You guys... most people, I think, know that they have intuition. Animals can tell when things are coming before we can tell, and so I am a little bit freaked out. I'm not gonna lie.
So if you see a report about an earthquake or something, let us know in the comments, because it's kind of freaking me out too, and that's not easy to do.
No, all of them. It's very strange. Well, hello.
Hi.
Happy Monday.
Welcome back, or welcome. We do this every Monday night, usually about 6 p.m. We answer questions from people about health, medicine, nutrition. We don't talk about sex, religion, or politics unless the sex involves your health. Then we do indirectly talk about sex, but not, talk about sex. So hang out with us. Many times when I or Neisha answers a person's question, it'll answer a question for you that you didn't even know you had. So many people listen to these like a podcast and they're like, oh, I didn't even know that. So maybe it could happen. You never know. Many people say that happens.
Oh, jeez. So what we do here is we talk about diet, nutrition, lifestyle, how to have a wonderful life, a wonderful long life, not just live a long time, but thrive.
Yes.
And so if you're new here, this is not medical advice. And these answers are generalized answers. If we were in a clinic one-on-one, that would be a different story. We do our best to give you good information, but always do your own research.
I have two things to say to you, Jason. Number one, I agree. And number two, watch your step.
Oh, thank you.
You sounded British.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sound like you're from Northampton.
I wish.
Oh, yeah. Mitzi, one of our great coaches.
Mitzi.
See that little blue wrench by her name? That means she's a moderator. Also, here's Alyssa talking in the chat.
I think Paulette's in here as
Paulette's in here. Many times, if you ask a beginner question, they'll reach out and answer you. So if someone answers your question and they have a blue wrench by their name, they're one of our coaches. They know what they're talking about. Thanks for being here, coaches. Is anybody else? Did I miss anybody?
I know I saw. Yep, there's. Saw Holly in the comments. Hey, Holly.
Good to see you guys.
This is Loki, one of our rescue kittens.
Loki?
Well, she's not a kitten anymore.
Say hi, Loki. Say hi. Nope, she's sleeping.
John says Dr. Berry's a stud.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's a stud. All right, let's get into the questions.
All right, let's see if I can find a question. While I'm looking for a question, everybody tell me in the comments, where are you watching from right now? What city, what state, what country? We love seeing that. We love affecting and improving the life of people all over the world.
So Granny Berry is usually watching. So if you say hi to her, she will see it. She will appreciate it. And she loves to see where you're from. She thinks it's insane that we have people watching from all over the world. And she really enjoys seeing all the different places. Marilda says, do I need to take vitamin D3, K2, if my vitamin D25 level is 42.5. I am carnivore. Neisha, I was born in Puerto Rico. I'm now in Southern California since the 50s. Oh, wow. For those of you who don't know, Neisha is half Puerto Riqueño. Is that right? Kenya. Sorry. Un poquito español. Oh,
muy mal, lo siento.
This is Italian.
Yeah, oh yeah. I got my stuff. Okay. So 42.5 is not terrible. I would love for it to be above 50. And so if you got 42.5 without taking a supplement, probably 2,000 IUs a day would be able to get you up to above 50, maybe 60, 70. Anywhere between 50 and 100 is absolutely optimal. That's exactly where you want to be. So maybe 2,000 IUs a day. Here's Ada from Greece.
Ooh,
hi, Ada. Here's Michael from Michigan. Here's one of our Tennessee neighbors. Hey, Sherry, welcome. all kinds of people from all over the place. And guess what? They all have one thing in common. They want to be healthy. They want to be happy. They want to be mentally well. They want to have lots of energy, and they want to look like Neisha. So, I mean, I can't blame them. They either want to look like Neisha or look at Neisha. Either way, I get it. I totally understand.
Lord, while we're waiting on Dr. Berry to find a good question, I just did an interview with my good friend and also a coach in the PhD community, Jen Winkler. We talked about women's health, hormones, and cycles. So paying attention to your cycle, the different phases of your cycle. Women, get educated on your cycle. It is important. So we really dive into that topic. So if you want to go to my channel and hang out with me and Jen Winkler, Coach Jen Winkler.
Dive deep into that topic?
Yes.
Yes, good.
Did I not say that? Are you being silly?
I mean, maybe. It could be possible.
Bro.
So, Jack says, can keto carnivore reverse? I think you meant AFib, not SFib. But we've had hundreds of people report to us anecdotally that they had AFib for years, had been cardioverted a time or two. And when they went real whole food keto, that does not include keto bread and keto cake and keto cookies and keto shakes and keto bars. It includes lots of fatty meat, lots of eggs with the yolk, some low-carb vegetables, a few low-carb nuts, a few berries. That's keto. Keto, you can't buy keto at the supermarket. If it has on the label, if it says keto, that's not keto, it's BS.
Yes, I'm sorry. I am reading the comments.
So we've heard this from well over 500 people that their AFib either improved drastically or seemingly went completely away. We hear that all the time.
What have you eaten today? I love seeing people's meals.
Oh, yeah. Tell us in the comments.
I ate a fajita bowl. So I had steak, onions, and guacamole. What did you have? Steak.
I had 2.5 steaks.
Did you have cod liver today?
And then I had sardines today.
Sardines.
Yeah, okay. Sardines and a can of tuna mixed with some, what's that?
Chosen
mayo. Yeah, because they don't use vegetable seed oils. Mm-hmm. So I like to mix that and some zero sugar mustard. I mixed all that together, not with the steak, but separately. But that's all I've eaten today. I broke my fast at 3 p.m.
It was 3:30-ish.
Yeah. So if you want to have a body like that,
if you want to be silly goose like this.
Somebody had meatloaf.
Somebody made my chicken nuggets. Hey, Jennifer.
Was it Neisha's meatloaf recipe, Jill? There's down in the show notes, there is a website called cookingketowithfaith.com that has, we've tried every recipe on that blog at least once. And some of them we've eaten 50 times.
Many times.
So excellent recipes if you're interested.
Mela had Chris Cooking Nashville's meatballs. If you have another great place to find good recipes, Chris Cooking Nashville, 100%. Also a member of the PhD community. Yep. We like to brag about that because he is amazing. Yep.
Chris does videos inside of our private group and does little cooking tutorials. He's an amazing resource for our tribe. We love Chris Cooking Nashville and his wife.
So Ash. Do you have a question? What are you doing?
I do have some questions. I was just hanging out. Sorry. This is from Matt. Can you eat whole sardines without taking the guts out and the head off? Have you ever made L. reuteri? That's one of the bacteria. You can make a specific kind of yogurt that has that kind of bacteria in it. What are your opinions on it? Do the berries fast. So I broke my fast today at 3:30 p.m. So I hadn't eaten since 7 p.m. last night. So that's my daily intermittent fast. It's usually about that long. I'll let you do the math. Neisha fasts for...
I intuitive fast. That just means some days I don't eat till 3. Some days I eat first thing in the morning at like 9 a.m. I have bacon and eggs.
Yep.
It just depends on how I'm feeling, where I'm at in my cycle.
Yep.
If I've worked out, that will increase my appetite. So on the days that I go horseback riding, I'm always way hungrier and eat a lot.
Sure.
So activity, mood, stress level just depends for me if I fast or not. But I never fast intentionally. I'm never like, I'm going to fast for 24 hours. I just don't.
Yeah. And I think intuitive fasting is not talked about enough. Humans are such regimented, repetitive, schedule-oriented animals. we feel like we have to do everything, got to be at work at this time, got to go to bed at this time. And a lot of people feel like I have to eat at this time. And that's just not true. I think that intuitive fasting is very powerful. And I think it's a great way you can learn to listen to your body. So if it's time to eat and you're like, I'm not really hungry, don't eat. Wait until you're truly hungry. I think that's a great practice.
What I love about being fat adapted, which is what you will become if you eat a high fat, meat heavy, like ketovore, carnivore, is that if I am busy and I get caught up doing something, I'm not going to lose my mind because I'm not able to eat. I'm able to get over the hunger without getting the shakes or getting upset or getting hangry. I'm just like, well, I'll just have to push it another hour because I'm doing a podcast, or I've got to go pick up the kids, or whatever, fill in the blank. So it's nice to be able to fast when I need to.
It's almost a superpower when you're keto adapted or fat adapted, that if something comes up and it's time to eat, you literally can go, I'll eat when I get around to it.
I need a
Get a water.
Okay, Lily. Yeah, you don't have to move.
It's okay.
I'm coming right.
Okay, here's a question from Ron. 53-year-old male, recently had a stent, carnivore since January, BMI 24, recent LDL 249, HDL 58, trig 69, ApoB is high at 181, homozygous 9p21, possible lean mass hyperresponder. How do I find a cardiologist who will help me figure this out? So what is it exactly you need figured out, Ron? Your HDL is great. Your trigs are great. And there's some new research coming out, which I am not allowed to talk about yet. It's embargoed right now, but I have had access. I have seen it. And I can just tell you that if you're a lean mass hyperresponder, you don't need to be concerned about the ApoB. Okay, let's just leave it at that for now. I think you're going to be very happy when that new research comes out. I will be posting a video on this channel about it. These cats, man. Here goes a cattail. Watch. No, she
tucked it. Well done.
Very thoughtful to tuck your tail. Jennifer, what are your thoughts on red meat? Oh, the L-reuteri, the bacteria. I think it's fine. I haven't read any compelling research that makes me think, OMG, everybody needs to make their own yogurt at home and put this specific kind of bacteria in it. Is it perhaps beneficial in some people? Yeah, maybe. But is it necessary for everybody? Absolutely not. You got that one?
Jennifer, what are your thoughts on red meat heavy diet possibly causing a false positive on my recent color guard test? I have a colonoscopy now scheduled.
Yeah, probably not. The old FOBT test 10 years ago, if you ate a bunch of steak the night before you did the test, it could give you a false positive because of the hemoglobin in the steak. Some of that would get into your colon. But the new tests, the FIT, the IFOBT, the Cologuard, all the newer tests, you can't make them positive. So if it came up positive and it's one of the newer tests, you need to have the colonoscopy.
Oh, I was going to point out Raggedy Ann over here. Nobody's noticed her. I thought somebody for sure would
just
say
now,
something.
Bonnie must have put her there.
I put her there.
Oh, you did.
I didn't mean to leave her there. That's where I put her there.
Kathy, what is the recipe for losing weight that's been promoted by many celebrities? I can't make myself watch all these videos. Are they selling something? Honey, here's a rule of thumb. If anybody's making a video telling you how to lose weight, except for me and Neisha, they are absolutely selling something.
That's not true.
Tony,
but if it is a celebrity, you can pretty much guarantee that they are being paid, and they probably did not do any of that. And they have a personal chef and a personal trainer.
And they're on Ozempic.
And they're on, well, maybe they're on Ozempic.
They're on Ozempic, of course.
Or some other
liposuction thing. Yeah. But Dr. Tony Hampton, he'll teach you how to lose weight without selling you anything. Dr. Eric Westman, Michelle Hearn, registered dietitian, Shannon Davis, registered dietitian, Kelly Hogan, registered woman,
so many.
Southern woman. All these people, there are many people in our community who will just give it away for free like we're doing right now. But many people, especially a celebrity, they're not going to roll out of bed for less than 5 figures.
I love when celebrities use the cheap makeup and they're like, no, we all know you're not using Maybelline.
Right. Rob.
Shut up.
Oh, it's not Maybelline.
Shut up.
Yeah. But what was the old commercial? Maybe it's her. Maybe it's Maybelline. Hi,
Maybe she's born with it.
that's it. 68-year-old female, year and a half carnivore, no other health issues, but just diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer. Any suggestions before surgery or chemo to help body prepare? You need to eat as nutrient dense, uninflammatory, ancestrally appropriate as you can. Keto, Ketovore, Carnivore fit the bill on all three. Yeah, staying carnivore, absolutely. You can stay carnivore all the way through it. I would try to learn to like liver or take ancestral supplements, desiccated liver capsules, just so you get that extra nutrition to feed your body to help it fight the cancer. Add some sardines, add some cod liver, add some anchovies, add something like that, a whole fish with the bone in and the skin on, just so you're getting all the nutrition you possibly can. Keep in mind, cancer loves sugar. This is undeniably true. Cancer has much more trouble thriving and metastasizing without sugar. And so the lower carb you eat, the less happy your breast cancer will be.
I can't get comfortable.
Gary, if someone has insulin resistance and they follow the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs diet, that's also a free diet that Neisha and I came up with. Is there any medical reason their insulin resistance would not eventually be reversed? No, there is no reason. If you eat low carb enough, consistently enough, for long enough, any hyperinsulinemia that you had is going to go back to normal. This is the way human physiology works, unless you have an insulinoma, which is maybe one person out of 259,000 has that. You don't have that, Gary. You just eat too much, got too fat, and become insulin resistant, or AKA hyperinsulinemic. And if I say the word fat, don't be offended. I used to be fat as a mud hog, as we say here in Tennessee. So I have earned the right to talk about people being fat because I used to be fat. Eric, I want to get off TRT. Will the proper human diet help me so I don't need TRT anymore? I want off of it. Maybe. I'll just tell you, the male members inside of our tribe, I recommend that they go 90 days fatty red meat, lots of fatty red meat, and start lifting heavy things. Get your testosterone checked before. Get it checked after 90 days of lots of fatty red meat and lifting heavy things. That means working out. You can go to the gym. You can lift stuff at home. You can lift the lawnmower out in the garage. Doesn't matter. Just lift heavy things. We've had men who have shown us the before and after of their labs inside of our group raise their testosterone anywhere from 50 points all the way up to 450 points. Okay. So now I'm sure there were guys that didn't raise their testosterone, therefore they didn't share their story. But I know that it does do that for at least some men, Eric. And so there's no danger to being fatty red meat carnivore for 90 days and working out every other day, trying to really build some muscle and make your bones stronger. Then recheck your testosterone after that 90 days. If it's up where you want it to be, huzzah, there you go. If not, then you can think about another TRT method, because there's several different options.
What happened to you?
I was just noticing that. I think I bumped something out in the forest. I'm not sure. Does it look like
I mean, it looks like you probably dropped a limb on your head again.
There's our good friend Holly Kreisel. Hi, Holly.
You got it, Holly.
Fully laden swallow. You should have seen. You should have seen Amanda Decker's face when she saw that handle when we were doing the live together. Yeah. Greetings. 6 weeks ago, TPO antibody was 70 on 100 mics of levothyroxine. Increased dosage to 150. Today, TPO antibody still 70. Up dose again. Thoughts, please. It depends. How are your low thyroid symptoms on this new dose? If your symptoms are way better, maybe not. Maybe stay on this dose. If you're like, nah, I still got, they're pretty moderate to severe, then ask your healthcare provider to bump you up another notch. You can go to 175, you can go to 200, and see if that helps a little more. Vicky, do steroid shots in the knee joint twice a year affect the rest of the body much? Good question. Needed for now. Hope proper human diet will help fix this knee issue. If performed properly, and this is very important to say, 99% of the steroid injected into a knee or a hip or an elbow, shoulder, thumb stays inside the joint. It stays intra-articular. And so it's not going to have an effect on the rest of your body like taking prednisone or Medrol by mouth, steroids by mouth, or getting a steroid shot just in the muscle, in the butt. Those are going to spread throughout your body. But if you get it inside the joint, and they actually get it inside the joint, which for some doctors is a challenge, other doctors are really good at it, then it really doesn't affect your blood sugar and other things very much at all.
It's the same question. Are you clicked on that?
Yeah.
It looks funny.
Hey, Barry, thank you very much.
It's purple.
Leah, can't wait to meet you, Dr. Barry and Neisha, at the Yuma, Tennessee meetup on April the 13th. Be prepared for a big old hug.
So this is the meetup that is being hosted by Carrie.
Carrie,
yes,
yep.
From Healing Humanity.
Yes, he's making a documentary.
He's coming to the farm to film Dr. Barry doing Dr. Barry stuff. And then I think the following day is when the meetup is. I don't know where the information is for that. I'm assuming on his channel he has a link.
Maybe. Yeah. If you just look for meetup in Yuma, Tennessee, trust me, not that much stuff happens in Yuma, Tennessee, so you'll probably find it. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait to meet you there, Aaliyah. Tired looking for a name. Hey, good to see you again. Last year, my aorta dilation was 4.5 centimeters. This year, it's 4.3 centimeters. Carnivore, 1 meal a day, fasting, sprinting, strength training. So for those of you who don't know about aortic dilations or dilatations, you never see an aortic aneurysm or an aortic dilatation get smaller. That just doesn't happen. But after a year of carnivore and eating 1 meal a day, of fasting routinely, of sprinting, and of lifting heavy things, Carlton has shrunk his aortic dilatation by 2 millimeters. Now, that could be operator error. They may have just mismeasured, but it definitely didn't get bigger. So huzzah, Carlton. Keep on eating a proper human diet, my friend.
Dwayne Mason says, hey, my first chat experience. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Johanna, unwavering A1C, 5.7 to 6.0. No change since starting Ketovore 2 years ago. Current fructosamine, 193, which is a little on the high side. So we know that your A1C is accurate. Johanna, I'm not sure if are you in our private community? Are you a tribe member?
She is.
If so, I need you to reach out to one of the coaches and tell them this story and say, and I need you to basically start sending them pictures of every single thing you eat and drink. We got to figure this out because I'm afraid there's something in your Ketovore diet that ain't Ketovore and you're just not aware of it. That happens very commonly because most people aren't dietitians. They don't know all the macros and all the food. And so reach out to whichever one of our coaches in the private community. We have 10 plus, and pick your favorite one and reach out and say, hey, can I pretty please work with you a little bit and help me figure out what I'm eating that's keeping my A1C elevated. Also, I need a fasting insulin on you, and you can tell the coach about that, Johanna. Stephen, what's a reasonable amount of weight to lose per week for a 46-year-old male? Lost 15 pounds of water weight in 4 days. It's very common when you go on a low-carb keto diet. Been on carnivore almost a month. I have a blood test coming up, waiting for the OMG, your LDL. Right, exactly. So this is one of many things that if you're eating a proper human diet, you don't have to worry about this. Never are you going to lose too much weight in an unhealthy way by eating real human food. If you're eating until you're full, that's just not going to happen. You're just going to be burning fat. And if you're metabolizing and getting rid of stored fat, there's no danger of doing that slowly or very quickly. It's perfectly safe. That's why your body stores the fat so that you can metabolize it and use it when the time comes. And the time is now, my friend. Don't worry about this. You're not doing anything dangerous at all. Ooh, Iron Rose. You better take that one.
Why?
I don't know. Just it has the word rose in it.
Been carnivore for 10 days, and I'm still struggling with fatigue and feeling out of breath and faint. What am I doing wrong? My doctor wants me to stop carnivore and go on a statin. Because
the statin is going to make you feel so much better. Yeah. So several things could be going on. Number one, most commonly, if you're a woman, and I don't know if you are, but if you are you eating enough food?
Yeah, that would be my number one concern. Are you trying to fast Are you doing OMAD? Are you still restricting how much food you're eating? Are you eating meats that have no fat? Are you not adding fat to lean meats? Are you getting enough salt? How quickly did you change from, if you were standard American diet, to carnivore? Could be temporary. Could be a million things. I know it's incredibly hard for us to pinpoint exactly what's going on here, but like the most common things we see people do is undereat, not get enough electrolytes, especially in the first few days, which are in the first 10 days. There's a big fluid shift, which can deplete your electrolytes. So if you're not replenishing your electrolytes, that can also cause you to feel fatigue and dizzy. So I would start with electrolytes and making sure you're eating plenty of fat with your meat.
And if you're making a conscious judgment, like when you're putting food on your plate, you're like, okay, that's enough. No, stop that. No other animal does that. No other animal meters out their food, measures, weighs their food. No, you eat the food until you're like, oh, I'm stuffed. I can't eat another bite. That's when you stop. That's when every animal on planet Earth stops. That's when you should stop too. If you're trying to put a third of a plate, no, stop that. Eat fatty meat until you're comfortably stuffed. That's the way. Salt your food to taste, get your electrolytes, and get your minerals. And this is going to fix itself.
Craig says, Neisha, can you suggest a good brand of vinegar and oil dressing or a recipe for vinegar oil dressing? Well, I'm about to do a video about all the different ways I use bacon grease because I love bacon grease.
So many ways.
Everyone loves tallow in this niche, in this corner of the internet. And I'm like the bacon fat girl, okay? If you're not using bacon fat, you should, unless you can't eat it for whatever reason. This is what I use to make my salad dressing. I use bacon fat and I use apple cider vinegar. I use the Bragg's. There's a lot of different brands, and some people don't like Bragg's because apparently Katy Perry owns it now, but I don't give a crap about that. And then I add onion powder, garlic powder, and Redmond's salt. And then I pour it over my salad or whatever. You can use salad dressing for all kinds of stuff, but I use romaine lettuce and steak, tomatoes, sometimes some cucumber, and that's my salad dressing. So give that a try. I think that you will like it. You need to warm up the bacon grease just a tad. You don't have to make it hot. Bacon grease will turn to a liquid very easily. Just a few seconds on the stove or in the microwave will make it liquid.
Yeah, probably over 100 degrees. It's going to be a liquid. GDF. Hello, Dr. Barry. What is your opinion on high carb, low fat diet to get shredded? Is it more effective than a carnivore diet? Thank you in advance. Everybody I've ever known in my entire life who ate a high carb, low fat diet was the opposite of shredded. Okay. Now they also weren't working out. So this may be some temporary hack that a elite level bodybuilder can use to cut or something, but I'm not interested in that really. Thanks for the super chat, but I'm not here to help bodybuilders or weightlifters. I'm here to help regular folks try to not be so fat, not be diabetic, not have fatty liver, not have high blood pressure, and not be obese. That's what I'm here to try to help do. And for those people, high carb, low fat is going to make them worse, not better. And it's just not healthy. It's too much sugar. Jeremiah, I am not carnivore, but am ketovore with dairy. I started with a functional doctor and ordering a full blood panel. GI map with zonulin, organic acid test. What are your thoughts? What should I expect with their recommendations? If they try to sell you any supplements, and anybody that goes to a functional medicine doctor, traditional doctors are going to get out the prescription pad and write you a prescription. Functional medicine doctors are going to say, oh, you need all these supplements, and I just happen to sell them here in my clinic. That's an extra profit center for them. So anytime any of you guys are going to a functional doctor and they say, oh, you need all these supplements, say, okay, I believe you, but I'm not going to buy them from you. I want you to tell me another company unrelated to you financially. I'll buy them from them because it feels kind of weird for me to buy the thing that you're recommending. Does that make sense, doctor? And any doctor with any common sense who's not trying to make the Mercedes payment by selling you a bunch of supplements you don't need is going to say, no, I totally get that. Here's a website for 2 or 3 different companies that have the highest quality supplements, just as high quality as mine, and I totally understand your concern. That'd be my main. But as far as these tests, some of these tests are not going to help you at all. Some might help you a little bit. If you want to go over the results, become a tribe member. There's a link in the show notes, and we can look at any results that you're worried about. Carl, could a carnivore diet improve AFib and sleep issues for my 82-year-old wife? Could drinking 8 ounces of almond milk with protein powder every morning for breakfast make her AFib and sleep issues worse? Yes, I would stop the almond milk immediately. For many people, almond extract has many inflammatory phytochemicals in it. I would not give her almond milk at all. She probably doesn't need protein powder either. If she likes the taste of meat and eggs, she's going to get all the protein she needs from the meat and eggs. When you cut her diet down to a low carb or ketogenic diet, you might be happily surprised to see that her AFib gets much less severe.
JF has asked this question a few times.
Okay.
So, is it true once you have a stent, you will always need to be on a statin?
No. It's true that the research shows that there's slightly more possible benefit for you if you've had a heart attack or a stent or a bypass. To take a low dose statin might give you a little additional benefit over and above somebody just taking a statin because their doctor told them to. But I'm still not convinced that it's some kind of life-changing thing. So, for example, if you just eat standard crap diet and take your statin, you're going to die sooner. It's not going to save you from your bad diet. But if you adopt a proper human diet and a proper human life, then do you even need the statin? That's the question. And I hinted earlier about some new research that's going to be dropping soon, and it kind of indirectly addresses that same question as well. Jennifer, are you aware of anyone improving mitochondrial myopathy on carnivore? So this is a very rare condition, but it would not surprise me at all if it did not improve on a carnivore diet. Okay, definitely a high carb, high sugar, ultra processed diet is not going to help your mitochondrial function at all. So it would not surprise me if carnivore would help. So all you've got to lose is to try carnivore for 90 days. It's going to do zero harm or damage. At the end of that 90 days, if you're like, it didn't help, but I love meat, you can either stay carnivore or you can go back to your old diet. Drea, Neisha, I've been loving your channel.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Are you guys all subscribed to Neisha's channel? She does amazing farm videos every now and then, fashion,
not really
family, kids, animals. We got chickens, we got sheep, we got cats and dogs. She's always making videos about all kinds of things. She's very entertaining and not unattractive.
Oh, thank you. I've been doing a lot of farm content over there. Horses, if you like sheep, if you like chickens, if you like food. I am not carnivore. I am meat-based or ketovore. So I have a few vegetables, and I'm doing my garden. I'm about to start putting my tomato. I do tomatoes, peppers, lots of herbs, and I love flowers as well. So if you're into that kind of stuff, it's very chill over there. Not a lot of drama, just a lot of happiness and cute kids and baby chickens. Is it
a drama-free zone?
If you come over there and cause drama, I will remove you. I will take care of that for you.
Crazy Joey. I think I went to high school with him. Hello, Dr. Berry. I've lost over 60 pounds on carnivore. Huzzah. You're welcome. It works, but I've been around 200 pounds with zero weight loss for the last 60 days. So for 2 months, you haven't lost weight. Are these plateaus normal? Yes. This is a weight loss pause. And as long as it doesn't go 3 months, it's not even a weight loss stall. So it's very common for men to have a few weeks where the weight loss stops, maybe a month or two. For women, they can have 3 to 6 months of just no weight loss at all, even though they're doing everything right. Be patient, trust the process, take your daily dose of vitamin P. That's patience. Have patience and let your body heal. The weight loss will pick back up, I promise. Hey, Keto Simple, my buddy, just wanted to say thanks for doing what you do. My pleasure. I'll never stop. Oh, here's Smelly Fella. Will vaping break a fast? Maybe. If it's unflavored or it's not in any way a sweet flavor, then probably not. It's still not good for you, but it probably won't break your fast. But if it's like Rudy Toomey lemon, strawberry, melon ice, that sweet flavor hitting your tongue is probably going to break your fast, at least for some people. Great question.
Barry, what's your opinion on the ancestral liver capsule? I don't like eating just regular cooked liver.
Yeah.
So
we regard it highly. We've got some sitting right here.
Pretty sure there's a discount code in the
I think there is.
too.
Yeah, I think there is. I think of all the desiccated liver capsules out there, I think theirs is about the cleanest that you can find, and the price is reasonable.
We've also met them in person, like we know them.
Yeah,
We've
they're
seen
good folks.
The process behind it, and they seem very earnest in their mission to make these products. Like they're trying to. Their mission is very, very close to ours. They just want people to be healthier and not be scared to eat meat and support farmers. And so we take he eats liver. Sometimes I eat liver too. A lot of times I just don't. So that is good. And then they have a female blend that's called Femme. That is specific for women's hormones, but it also has beef liver in it too. So.
Yeah, and they have a male blend called Mofo, which also has a little bit of liver and some other glands and organs.
It stands for Male Optimization
Fertility.
No, I can't remember, but it's on the bottle. It's in Mofo. It's hilarious.
Funny Mofo, yeah. So, but I still want you to grow up and eventually learn to like your liver.
All right.
Marisol, perimenopausal and carnivore since October, working out, lifting weights early in the mornings, but I'm not losing weight. So you're probably losing fat, Marisol, but you're gaining muscle and you're also gaining bone strength. And both of those things show up on the bathroom scale just like fat does. You can't tell the difference between them. What I need you to do is buy a tailor's tape and take your measurements like you're getting measured for a suit of clothes, and to do that once a month. I think you'll find you're losing inches, and then eventually the scale will move. Did you have something to add to that?
No, I'm reading the comments.
Okay.
Somebody asked, we do have a farm channel. It's called OB Farms. Is that linked in your description?
Maybe.
If you type in OB Farms, it should pop up. And he does a lot of videos of him out in the pasture with the sheep.
I just posted a new sheep video today on OB Farms.
So if you want to see Farmer Barry, you can go check out that channel. Very irregular posting. Well, we're just that's how we are. Honestly. We don't have a schedule. We post when we post.
When we have something worthy of posting, then we post. Yeah, and I know some people are like, I post a new video every 37 minutes. I feel like that feels spammy to me.
I just don't have that much to say, honestly.
Right. But we have plenty to say, but very often you've either heard it before or you've not heard it.
I don't know.
It's just like.
Who thinks we should make more videos?
Tell us in the comments.
Exactly the right amount of videos.
Are we making enough, not enough, or too much?
I would like the feedback.
Yeah, I'd love that feedback because I feel like we make enough, but maybe not. Maybe we need to make a video every day. SDBW, 35-year-old male, 6'4", 207 pounds, muscular, no health issues, Ketovore since March, been tracking calories and macros, 1,000 kilocalories, no weight loss. What am I doing wrong? Drop cheese. Yeah, drop the cheese and drop counting calories. Eat fatty meat and egg yolks until you're comfortably stuffed. Also, check your measurements because you're probably putting on more muscle as you lose some fat. I mean, how much fat do you have to lose if you already describe yourself as muscular? Keep in mind, all you guys listening, all 5,000 of you, the last 10 or 20 pounds is the hardest and will come off the slowest. This is a law of human nature. There ain't a damn thing you can do about it. That's just how it is, especially for women. That last 10 or 20 takes forever, but it's okay. You're still getting healthier. Here's Jennifer. Carnivore is reversing my osteopenia. Yeah, osteopenia, osteoporosis. When you eat plenty of protein-rich meat and eggs and fish, your bones are built of protein. They're not built of calcium. That's a common myth. Many doctors believe that. Your bones are protein, and then your body puts calcium and other minerals in the protein matrix. But without the protein, your bones are much more likely to break. Absolutely. You can reverse osteopenia or osteoporosis. I've got videos on both. You can even get rid of osteomalacia. I've got a YouTube video about that. Do you even know what that is? You might have to look that one up.
Speaking of videos on this channel, did you know that you can go to the search bar on YouTube and type in Dr. Barry and then whatever topic you are concerned about, and I bet you there is a video. Yep. How many videos are on your YouTube channel currently?
It's over 1,500.
It's a lot. So Dr. Barry tinnitus.
Yep.
Dr. Berry, osteopenia. Dr. Berry, diabetes. Dr. Berry,
menopause. Yep.
Dr. Berry, fill in the blank. Do that, and I guarantee you will find a video.
That way you don't have to scroll through all of them. There's a little search bar. It's very convenient.
We do have playlists as well. There's a Keto 101. There's a Carnivore 101. On my channel, there's Ketovore. I have so many Ketovore videos.
They're great videos. You know, she's the mother of Ketovore. She invented it. So, Mike, a relative, 18-year-old female, has serious problems with summer heat, gets migraines almost every day during summer since early teens, no other conditions known, standard diet, any thoughts? Yeah, I've got a YouTube video about migraines that will help her greatly. For some people, the sunlight can trigger the migraines more readily in the summer than in the winter. But that it's not that the sunlight's the cause, and that's the important thing she needs to understand. It's not the sunlight causing it. She's already set up for a migraine. She's sitting on go. It's just going to take one more straw to break that camel's back. But when she watches my YouTube video about migraines and everything I recommend to prevent them, she's going to, her migraine threshold is going to rise so much that the summer sun won't cause migraines. The summer heat won't cause migraines for her anymore. Ever check that out?
Melissa Graves says, Neisha, do you recommend the Primal Queen organ supplements? Let me tell you a story about good marketing. Primal Queen, if you're a woman, you've probably seen ads for these supplements. So they're an organ blend specifically for female hormones, okay? And they are very well marketed to my generation, the millennials, okay? It's very Lisa Frank, very pretty, cutesy, okay? However, and I did try them, and I think they were fine. But then they came out with these gummies, and the ingredient list on those gummies are terrible, which made me question the ingredients on the other product.
Right.
This is not very good marketing, and I have told them that. This is the Ancestral Supplements version of that. It's called FEM. And it is the same type of product.
But you can barely read them.
This is bad marketing.
But a great
product.
Yes,
okay, so hear me when I say this is just as good. And I think our discount code will make it probably cheaper for you. And it's probably better quality.
100%.
Given what I know about Ancestral versus what I have seen from Primal Queen. And no hate to them. Huzzah for the marketing team. They're doing a fantastic job. However, I know their target market, and it is more towards the people who want gummies, all right? And the Ancestral Supplements is really for people who want to be healthy.
And I'll tell you a behind-the-scenes story about Ancestral Supplements. We had dinner with the entire crew when we were kind of feeling them out, saying, are we gonna work with them? Because we don't just work with anybody. Every brand that we really recommend hard, we know them personally, because I want to be able to know who I need to go put my hands on their throat if they wind up misleading you. And we asked them, I don't know if you asked them or I did, or do you have any plans to come out with a gummy? And the president of the company, I thought he laughed so hard he almost spit his steak out.
Well, I questioned them about a lot of things.
Like, no.
Don't think we just go willy-nilly and work with anybody. If you knew how many emails we get a day, it's an ungodly amount. Yeah. I specifically said, because they have a colostrum product with colostrum. It's very trendy right now. Lots of people love it. Probably some of you take it and love it. And what did I say? I was like, where is this coming from? And are calves being harmed because you are taking colostrum? Because that is a limited quantity thing. You can't there's not an endless supply of colostrum when it comes to mother cows. And they were like, yes, we do it responsibly. We are out because we don't oversource it, and it's not oversourced. It's a very limited quantity. And once we're out until we're allowed to get more of it. I still am not interested in taking colostrum.
Also, you don't need colostrum. You don't need that. And they know that I say that. And I told them, if I don't think somebody needs one of your products, I'm going to tell them. And they're like, yeah, we want you to be honest.
I'm pretty sure the discount code is either Berry or Dr. Berry, but the link should be in the description of this video. Also, there's promos everywhere using his beautiful mug now. And I think the link is on there too.
Steve, good question. What's your professional opinion on prolotherapy for chronic pain? And is there any solid evidence that it actually works? My my sis is doing this. Yeah. So I actually did prolotherapy and platelet-rich plasma therapy in the clinic before we lost the clinic to a fire. And I'm a firm believer. I used to have a entire 3-ring binder of all the research.
He was doing this. This was 10 years ago.
10, 15
probably.
years ago. Yeah. And I had so many men who had bone, and that was really before I knew about the power of diet to fix joint pain. They would have, X-ray proven bone on bone. Their knees would be deformed from the arthritis. And I would start giving them platelet-rich plasma injections, sometimes just prolotherapy if they couldn't afford the platelet-rich plasma. And after 3 or 4 rounds, they would come in without their cane. Be like, oh yeah, it still hurts, but it's so much better now. Oh my goodness, it's so much better. And even more so with prolotherapy, and even more so with stem cell therapy, which I never did in the clinic. You got to have specialized equipment for that. But I'm a big fan of all those. Basically, in every country of the world except America, you can get stem cell injections, prolotherapy, platelet-rich plasma. Everybody knows it works. Everybody's a believer. A lot of the NFL stars and NBA stars, when they tweak a knee or tear a ligament, they go straight on a flight to Mexico to get platelet-rich plasma and stem cell injections. So yeah, it's absolutely a real thing. It's just the way the American healthcare system is set up. It's hard for new things to get traction like that unless it can be marketed by a big pharmaceutical company, and there can be lobbyists in Washington for it. If it's just a single doctor doing a single procedure, it's liable to be frowned upon as not standard of care, even though every other country in the world knows it's great. Hope that helps, Steve.
Patty, thank you. Patty says, Neisha, truly enjoyed the video with Coach Jen about women's health.
Thank you.
You guys, I love Coach Jen. I could talk to her forever about, we could have done 4 hours worth of a podcast today, but we both had things to do. I'm not just saying that was a really good interview. It really was.
I listened to the whole thing in here, and I ain't even a woman.
Well, there's some really good tips for men in there too, honestly. If you don't mind hearing about women talk about the things women go through, you should really educate yourself. First of all, grow up.
Yeah, men need to know that stuff.
Second of all, if you have a wife, we talk about some things you may want to know to make your life a little easier and your wife a little happier, and then happy life, okay?
Here's Monica. She's a newbie, 1 month on a proper human diet, sugar addict. See, she's honest with herself. I bet Monica looked in the mirror and said, "Hi, I'm Monica, and I'm a sugar addict," because I did that. Started at 375 pounds, already lost 20 pounds the first month. Thank you for the excellent education. Monica, you have found your tribe of people. If you need extra support, join our community. There's a link in the show notes. If you're like, no, I got this, huzzah. Get her done, Monica. You're about to have a new life that you never even dreamed would be possible. David, can you share your thoughts on methylene blue? Yes, but you might not like my thoughts on it. I had 100 people on Twitter ask me about methylene blue. I saw lots of big influencers recommending it. There was a video of RFK Jr. on Air Force One, and he had his little methylene blue jar, putting some drops in his whatever he was drinking. Methylene blue. It's something we use in microbiology to stain slides, to look at certain cells. But a lot of people believe it's got miraculous health benefits. I looked into it quite a bit about a month ago. I probably spent 8 hours digging into the research. I was completely and utterly underwhelmed. I maybe there's some benefit. I don't think it's dangerous. I don't think it's going to harm you. But is it the magical difference you're looking for? No, it's not. Might it improve your health 1%? Maybe. I just couldn't find any research that I could go, aha, there it is. I found it. I can recommend this. I can't recommend methylene blue, but I also can't say anything bad about it. I don't think it's dangerous or bad for you. I just think it's probably a waste of money. But I'm happy to be proven wrong, and that's one way I'm different from a lot of other doctors on the internet. If you're like, oh, Dr. Berry, you're full of crap, I'll show you the studies. Please send them to me, and I will read them immediately, and I will change my mind, and I will say it publicly. Let's see. You're not very yawny tonight. That's just one.
I know.
Cycle Camp. My daughter recently had a special test and found out she has high lipoprotein A levels. We are told this is a genetic thing. Would the carnivore diet help with this at all? No, but the carnivore diet is going to help your daughter with 100 other things. And I wouldn't worry too much about the LP(a) level. Read about it, learn about it, research it, know what the experts say about it, but don't let it determine your life and make you depressed worrying about stuff. Genetic things like that might give you a 1% increased risk of something bad happening, or a 3%, maybe rarely a 5% increased risk. It's not like a 50% chance or 75% or 100% you're going to get this. That's not how it works, okay? Your diet and your lifestyle greatly can reduce bad genetics. Keep that in mind.
Ronnie wants to know how to send research to him. I would say tag him on Twitter. That's where he loves to talk about research and give people crap about their research and receive crap about his research.
Just at me and say, hey, you big dummy, here's that research you said you couldn't find. Yes, please do that on Twitter. Yep, absolutely. Here's Karma Burner. Is that negative or positive? Karma Burner.
Good.
I mean, it could be good or bad, right? 2 months, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Pooping hurts. I take magnesium. Poop is both too big, it hurts, and I see blood. And very small liquid together help. You need to go see your doctor. Yeah, go see your doctor. There's something else going on. Carnivore diet doesn't cause bleeding or pain or large poop. There's something else going on here.
Papa Carnivore says Kelly Hogan is hot. Well, I don't know how she would feel about that comment, but I agree that she's a beautiful human inside and out. And you will be on her channel this week. I don't know when that will be on the Kelly's channel.
Maybe tomorrow. I can't remember.
It is tomorrow. So
we're recording. It won't be live.
It won't be live tomorrow, but so you can have a look out for that in the next week or two.
Frio, my doctor is concerned about my LDL. It's high on a carnivore diet. What is the best answer to give him? Ask your doctor, how are my triglycerides? They'll be normal. How is my HDL? It'll be normal. How is my A1C? It'll be normal. How's my fasting insulin? It'll also be normal. How's my HSCRP? It will also be normal on carnivore. And then say, well, doctor, in the face of all these other metabolic markers being stone cold normal, is an elevated LDL in that milieu, is that really a big deal? And watch your doctor's face. If your doctor discounts your insulin and your A1C and your triglycerides and HDL and just wants to focus on LDL being high, that's a red flag that your doctor may not remember much about human physiology. Let's see here. Here's Susan. Have you heard of the Beamer? It's an electromagnetic machine that helps inflammation and blood flow. My friend is a doctor who doesn't use traditional methods now. She also uses red light therapy. I have not heard of a Beamer or a Beamer. I don't know what that is, but I will look that up after this video. And if it's anything worthy, I'll post about it on my social media. And the red light therapy, this is an area that I am currently in the process of changing my mind about. If you watch my videos from 3 or 4 years ago, I would tell you red light therapy is a complete. There are LED lights. It's complete waste of money.
I would opine that you could probably look 3 months back and hear him saying
that. Maybe. But I keep digging into the research. There are certain wavelengths of red light, of infrared light, of near infrared light that have quite a bit of research showing that they are beneficial for healing, for mitochondrial function, for lots of things. Now, these masks that you wear on your face that are going to make you look like a teenager again, that's bullshit. That's not going to work. But red light can be very useful, and it also can penetrate quite deeply into the human body. Certain wavelengths can go up to 5 centimeters deep in the human body. The best source of red light therapy, do you know what it is? Does anybody know? I saw the sun.
That's not the song.
Go out in the sun. It has full spectrum red and ultraviolet light, all of which are good for you. There might be some specific situations where you need to buy certain wavelength of red light, But 99% of people, you can get all the red lights you need by going out barefoot in the sun and playing in the sun. That's just one example of how I've changed my mind on several things, and that's one of them I'm working on. Brian, I'm seeing reports that RFK Jr. is considering banning pharma ads.
Sure hope so.
On television. What are your thoughts? I'm 100% in support of this. For 91 years, doctors saw patients and wrote prescriptions for medication, and they would go to the pharmacy and fill it before there was ever the first television commercial for a drug or magazine ad. 91 years, America got along just fine without big pharma television commercials and magazine ads and internet ads. Only for 27 years have we been living in this. And we are only one of two countries in all the world that even allows it. Every other country says that's illegal. We're not going to allow that. You can't advertise pharmaceuticals to people who didn't go to pharmacology or medical school. That doesn't even make any sense, because you're gonna appeal to their emotion. You can't convince them that your drug is better than another drug objectively. All you can do is appeal to their emotions, and that's kind of lowbrow. That's kind of immoral. Now, RFK, you obviously don't follow me on Twitter, Brian, or you would already know my position on this. RFK said they're going to ban television ads for drugs.
But not magazines?
Evidently not. He said specifically TV. I think it should be internet. I think it should be magazines. There should not be, and what it's called is direct to consumer pharmaceutical ads. There's no place for that in a logical, rational, objective society. That would be like a mechanic advertising some kind of weird little regulator in the middle of the alternator, in the middle of the motor, and you're like,
maybe he's just taking it one step at a time.
Maybe. I hope so. But it serves no benefit to patients to be advertised to by big pharma, and it also gives big pharma, when they're advertising on every news channel, every other ad's big pharma ad, right? Drug ad. That allows them to actually control the news, because if that news company is about to publish a bad story about that pharmaceutical company makes one call to the program director and says, I think we're going to pull all of our ads from your network. And guess what? Guess what story disappears? That's my phone. Hang it up now. That story disappears. It's never aired. That's happened multiple times. This is documented. Okay. I think we need to get rid of big pharma advertising direct to consumers. I don't think it's moral. Good question.
I mean, I don't understand how those ads work anyways. They're all terrifying. And all the people in them look like, the Stepford wives, it's all bizarrely acting, overly happy. Like even worse than tampon commercials.
I'll tell you why they feel so weird to you. They are hitting on every subliminal message possible, every psychological principle that can distract somebody. It's called breaking the frame.
Yes, I know.
Right?
Like
they're breaking the frame because you're like, that woman is acting so weird. But then they're talking in the background.
Yeah, Ellen said to listen, don't watch them, and then you're like not blinded by them. But I'm not blinded. I'm just complete. Like I always am like, listen to those sound effects. Doesn't that sound fun?
Yep. Hello, Neisha and Dr. Berry. My 59-year-old mom has a 5-centimeter thyroid nodule, benign, not cancerous. Would you recommend going carnivore and or fasting? So either keto, ketovore, or carnivore is going to be fine for your mom, whichever one sounds the tastiest to her. But your mom needs to start supplementing with some iodine. I have a YouTube video about iodine-rich foods. She needs to watch that and start eating those several times a week. Then she may need to supplement with some Lugol's 2% iodine in addition. How many thousands of people, their thyroid nodules just went away when they got enough iodine? Sure. So many thousand that we've heard from. So, she needs iodine and a proper human diet, whatever that turns out to be. I don't know how to pronounce that. Thank you very much. Your advice has been life-changing for me personally. I have been carnivore for over 2 years. My partner of 10 years was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at age 34. Any recommendations how to approach keto for a type 1 diabetic? I actually have videos on my YouTube channel.
There's a really great support.
For type 1 diabetes. Also, if you're on Facebook, join Type 1 Grit. That's a Facebook group. There's also one called 83. I can't remember.
Alyssa, do you know?
Somebody put in the comments, it's 83 and me. No, that's 23 and me. It's something about 83 because that's a great blood sugar for a type 1 diabetic. There's multiple people I follow on Twitter who are type 1 diabetics who use a low-carb, keto, ketovore, carnivore diet to manage their type 1 diabetes. They have normal A1Cs, and they use anywhere from 50 to 90% less insulin and still have normal blood sugars and a normal A1C. So if you know somebody who's a type 1 diabetic, send them this part of this video, because they may not even know that's even possible.
Michelle says, I don't think there was any positive to drug ads, but some people said without them, they would never know the side effects of drugs. Their doctors put them on because the doctors never tell them. But they are listed.
But that's their job.
It shouldn't be your job to do that. You shouldn't have to ask them what are the side effects. But you have to take the responsibility for your health, because they're not going to.
That's right. And the side effects that they list on the television commercials, that's only about 2% of the side effects.
You should see the full list.
The pharmacist, when you fill the prescription, if you ask, they'll show you the full list. You can look it up online. The full list is always online. It has to be
in the packet too.
It's also in the packet in many of the drugs. You can also talk to your doctor, and if your doctor doesn't want to talk about the side effects of a drug they just prescribed, that's a big fat red flag that your doctor may not be the doctor you need to spend the rest of your patient career with. Serena says, appreciate you both. You are the best. Oh, Serena, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you very much. Harley.
I love when people are like, Neisha's yawning. Every time you say the word yawning,
it makes me yawn more. How much better is ice cream is cream top Halen low temp pasteurized milk compared to typical homogenized ultra high temperature milk, and how far is it from the benefits of raw milk? It's less far away from raw milk than the ultra high temperature is. I think homogenization is the worst thing they do to supermarket milk. It breaks up the fat globules, and I don't think that's healthy at all. See if you can find some raw milk somewhere. More and more providers are out there. You just have to find them. Even in states where it's illegal. Yeah, raw milk's illegal.
You buy it for animals.
Yeah, you can buy whiskey, but not raw milk. Then you buy it for your dog, but you drink it yourself. But check it out and see if it gives you any benefits.
All right, we got to go. Our kids will be home in just a few minutes. If you have not had enough of Dr. Berry, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Come see me over on my channel. And if you really need some support, you can come hang out with us in the PhD community. drberry.com/communities, Dr. Dr. Berry, BERRY.com/community. We will be in San Antonio in the next few days, so we probably won't be back next week, but we will be in the community. So if you're in there, we will see you.
Yep.
And we will see the rest of you in a week and a half.
And I'll be live in the community tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central. If you did not get your question answered tonight, click the link in the show notes. Join our community. You'll have access to thousands of people all over the world, over 10 certified health coaches, and me and Neisha, and I'll be live in there tomorrow at 4 p.m. I'll see you in there.
Adios.